Exactly.
I'll ask you irresponsible questions about parenthood.
Yeah, but the real truth is, you just figure it out when it happens, right?
Okay.
Because I had no idea. I mean, I still like to think I have no idea for anything that happens like this day onwards. But you just figure it out as it goes.
At the end of the day, you're sitting at home, you're thinking like, gosh, I'm lucky with Lauren.
Oh yeah. I mean, Laura is the partner who keeps it all together.
Boy, imagine if I didn't have that, and you try to be a full-time athlete and then...
Yeah, it's all about the team. I mean, it's all about the team around us, for everything.
It's amazing. I saw his countdown on YouTube. I was like, I texted him. I said, "Oh, man,
he texted me. Actually,
you're such an amazing dad." Like, it really touched me. I was on the turbo, sweating a lot, and I was like, "Why am I complaining?" You know, like.
But it was how they paired it too. It was like the bigger. What was the song they did first? The bigger the boom, the bigger the bang.
Yeah.
And then it went into like lullabies.
Yeah.
With Leo.
Yeah, I was really like, oh man.
Yeah.
I should enjoy it as long as it lasts.
Not being a dad. Yeah. Well, but you enjoy both. They're just different.
But I have to say, like, since you were a dad, it really shined a different light on you.
Yeah, I think
you're more calm, isn't it?
See, I think like I enjoy my life actually a lot more being a dad now, and I enjoy like the peaceful moments, and like I do look back and say I traveled a lot, but I don't know that I like necessarily like enjoyed. I just had a different perspective that like I didn't enjoy things the right way before, and so now I wish I could go back and like do what I did before, and like I would appreciate it more and have the new perspective.
But yeah, isn't it well that it all puts it like it's all relative in the end. Like in the end of the day, if you have a shit race or a good race, if you're with your kid laying in bed,
exactly,
it doesn't really matter anymore, is it?
It doesn't matter at all. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Lovely.
This is lovely, and this actually I'm going to pick up straight from something that Youri just said in the interview we did. Youri said the T100 has given him a home this year. Sam, would you kind of say that the T100 is a very unique kind of championship to race in, like the relationship that you guys have just had there, for example?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, like it's unique. It's definitely especially unique in the sport of triathlon, but it's probably unique in all sports as a whole, right? This tour, like you're seeing people, and I think because triathlon, it's normally like, I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but it's kind of a poor man's sport.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
no, it's a very rich man's sport for very poor
professionals.
income.
Like it's a rich man's sport, but it's a poor man's pro sport. You know? And so we're not rolling around like any other professional sport that like to get a contract like this, like everyone on the tour is now doing financially quite well for triathlon, and I think that it just makes the vibes different at races, because obviously we're all competing for a big bag of money, but everyone's pretty happy to have a basic contract, right?
Yeah, like you go to a race now and you're not coming empty-handed home. You're not coming home with lots of financial stress anymore.
Exactly.
Like even if you travel for you to Europe or for me to America or Asia, like I know that even on a bad day I will still pay my flights and I still get my hotel covered and I still get some money in the end of the day.
And with the contract, then you know you've got
I didn't have a contract.
Oh yeah, you're on the wild card. Oh, sorry.
Like you can drive a car, but I can't. I have to go in the city bike.
I forgot.
Yeah, but thank you.
You should take that as a compliment. I forgot because you're doing so well. You know.
Thank you. Yeah. Next year, hopefully.
Well, I think for sure next year.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think for sure next year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think if we look at your Singapore race, I mean, that had to be life-changing for you.
Oh man, it is, and still is.
Yeah.
Like now with like you get all the new contracts, people are interesting as a brand to work with you, and like realization that it's not anymore pulling my parents' credit card out of my pocket and emptying them and then having a fight with them that I can't pay the bills, you know, like
totally.
It's still not that I'm an NFL player with a big car in front of my yard, but like
that's Sam. You have to wait till you get a contract.
Yeah, I've heard about expensive buggies, so
expensive running strollers, $700 running strollers.
Youri, we just spoke about wildcards. Does that change anything, how you view yourself on the start line? Sam doesn't realise if you are or not, but yourself, how do you look at yourself as a wildcard athlete?
I don't really think I'm a wildcard anymore, in a good way. Like, And again,
See, I'm right.
like I 100% have to thank the PTO and the T100 organization for that. And I clearly remember that conversation with Dylan in the ambulance. Yeah, when you were on the podium. Yeah. And I was in the ambulance, and Dylan said, "Youri, no matter what, we try to keep you in the tour as long as possible," and they did. So, yeah, I think there are certain guys in the tour now who really proved themselves as a wildcard.
Yeah.
And that is only good for next year. But like for you as well, like those wildcards made it difficult for you this year, isn't it?
Yeah, the wild cards have been the biggest challenge.
Yeah. You know? Like, shit, these guys come into a race and what's this? Like.
Yeah, the wild cards have been, I mean, in a way, they've actually made the tour.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, obviously, when you're contracted, you're expected to do something, right?
Yeah.
But you've got Kyle Smith, you've got Mika Newt. You guys have all done.
Yeah, we lived up to
things,
it. Yeah. But on the other hand as well, like I think that's the difference between your season planning and our season planning. Like I knew that it needed to happen in the first 2 races to maintain in the tour, while you could actually say, hey, Vegas is my home race. Like I want to be on my top of my game there and build towards that moment. But like I think that is in a way good for the tour.
The do or die mindset.
Yeah,
like,
but on the other way, it makes it for you guys difficult as well, because you can't be all the 8 races on top shape. While if we come in, okay, maybe not me, but like another wildcard comes in, he knows like this race I need to be in top shape to actually give myself another shot again. While it's for you, sometimes routine work maybe. Like I go there, so I check it off, and
I guess why do you think, for you personally, but like you look at you look at Kyle Smith, Mika Newt, I think you guys are the 3 on the men's side, that you guys showed up at wild cards and you got the job done. While there's been plenty of other wild cards who haven't. Right?
Yeah, true.
So what allowed you to do that?
I think I was very close to a contract last year and I just didn't got it. I think that was the difference. Like if you look now, for example, at the women's field or even in Ibiza, like with all due respect, but someone out of the top 100 gets a wildcard. Like there's such a big gap between you, Magnus, Sam, me, all the guys who have a contract and a top 100 athlete. Like all due respect, because I think every opportunity you get, you should take. But like, I think I was like literally 0.1.
Once you ranked 19th or 18th or something?
I was 0.1 point on the ranking away from a contract.
That's an expensive 0.1 point.
I was like, shit, I should not have gave someone a high five in the course. Like, I should have, but yeah, you never know. Like, so I think the difference is like, I think Miami was maybe the best start field yet, because it was like all the 18 contract guys and then 2 wildcards, or 3 wildcards, but the wildcard was 18, 19 and 20 on the ranking.
Yeah, good way of looking at it.
So, yeah, what should I say? I think, it's just the opportunity you got, isn't it? And you have to take it. It's the same for you.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry. I want to
cameras here.
Send it. I want to send it in a different direction slightly. Sam, maybe you can help Youri a bit. Youri, I hope you don't mind me saying this. We just had a chat and what we were just talking about, the fact that wildcards have really shaken it up, but especially that we saw Youri win over in Singapore. Youri said that this has now generated more pressure on him, and he kind of doesn't maybe know how to deal with this pressure because he's won and people expect him. You know, you've, not calling you old, but you've been around for some years.
I'm 28, I'm so old.
But I feel like, you're here, you're contracted, you're this experienced, maybe mature head now that you are a father. Can you help Youri deal with what maybe he's been going through?
No help.
Yeah,
he's my competitor. No help. See you later.
Fine. Fine. I won't think a single moment of you when I push it on the bike.
No. I think, I mean, in all seriousness, like, I'm in an interesting I've never won a T100. I've never won a PTO. So Youri is sitting next to me, and in a way, he's reached a higher high than I've ever reached in this sport, right? But for whatever reasons, like, I've got a lot of attention on me, right? And so I've learned to have that attention, I suppose, and now I think you're learning too. And yeah, I think it's just like, because maybe people look and say your year has fallen off a little, and you could ask, like, is it your performance that's fallen off, or are you at the same performance, but you're just now having to learn these other things, right?
Yeah.
And
I was talking with Rico Boga about it, and we basically both came to the conclusion, because him becoming world champ last year out of the blue. It's for me a bit the same with Singapore. It comes kind of out of the blue.
So fast.
Yeah. And it's like all of a sudden you expect to be mature at a whole new level, but you're not mentally there yet.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you're not.
Well, I think you actually have to go through it, and I went through it myself. My time, I think I went through it was after, like, because I came out. Well, I think when I broke out on the scene was I had this sprint finish with Lionel and blah blah, and so even though I'm the only one who ever broke out with a second place finish. But, anyways, I broke out, but then suddenly there was like, and you just have to do it to learn. I think how to do it, like. You can't read a book for it. You can't sit next to me and have me say, oh, this is how you do it. You have to go through it, and then it's tough because you reach that high, but then I think that high comes with a bit of a low after, you know, and then eventually you get back up, I think.
But it's like, I really feel this season I've learned something new every day that I didn't know before. You know what I mean? Like, I've kind of figured myself out in a complete new way.
Totally.
And
totally.
That is something,
For me, it's tough, I guess, because I thought, you'll break out, and you think, now I've reached the good life. The good life. Like, now I've made it. Before I was poor, before I had nothing. Now I've reached a good life. Now I'm going to be stable, and I'm just going to get better. And then actually, like, I had some of the lowest moments of my life after so-called reaching it and making it.
Coming back, isn't that the same now for you as a dad? You're completely exploring that whole new side of you as a dad.
Yeah, I guess the difference, though, when you're a dad, like, you expect to get knocked down. After you win T100 Singapore, you expect to stay high. As a dad, I went in being like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to have to go down. I'm going to have to figure this out. But after you break out and win a huge race, you think like, I figured this out. Now I'm Superman. And suddenly it's like
super easy now. I can put like 1 and 1 together all the time and I win again. But it's definitely not the truth.
Yeah, it's tough.
Actually, I'm just thinking about the season as a whole. Both of you had maybe your best performances at the beginning of the season in terms of T100. Sam, I know you started training earlier, maybe because of Leo, and you kind of peaked earlier. Obviously, we saw a fourth and then a first, obviously, for yourself, Youri. Do you feel like you both are in this position now to peak for the penultimate in Dubai? Are you coming back round in this training cycle again?
As I can speak for myself, I feel the pressure is a bit off now. Like, we had that long period of training. Yeah, you did Frankfurt, so it's not really training, but like I had that period of training where I could kind of come back to ease a bit again, like not thinking about, like literally you could clean out your suitcase and put it away for a couple of weeks and not thinking about, oh, I have to pack again, I have to clean my clothes again, and I have to go.
So you only clean your clothes when you
go to race? I have a girlfriend. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like that constant.
The constant grind, the constant prepare.
And I really think that will benefit me now towards Vegas and Dubai. But yeah, it's your home race, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I sure hope we're on an upward trajectory again. I mean,
you have a lot of support here, like people that come to see you.
Lots of people cheering me on this morning in their cars, so we'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Lots of people in their cars were saying.
But wait, you had an American flag hanging out from your saddle, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's spotted you.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. I mean, it's hard for me to spot.
Okay. But that must be cool. Like,
shall I find you an American flag and we can just put it on your bike as well? They'll think you're American for the weekend. Self-proclaimed strongest legs in the sport. Fastest run leg last time out in Ibiza. Who's got the strongest legs?
I think the tallest legs is definitely you. I don't really know. I think we both have our qualities, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We'll find out on.
Well, swim arms we don't have to discuss, but like bike legs, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, you see, I think I've got the stronger swim arms because I'm inefficient.
Yeah, okay.
I've got the stronger swim arms, but they're just inefficient.
I was actually talking with Tyler Butterfield about you, and he said that dude is 2 meters tall, and how can't he swim? Like Olympic swimmers would like murder someone for your body type.
I know, size 13 shoe.
Yeah. Like how? Like this is, I don't know, 9.5. You have 13.
I mean, are you giving me tips?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying anything. You should ask a Henry for that.
Tips on the course. Have you asked this man, being an American, how to race Las Vegas? Have you ever raced this course before?
No, this is the first time
Utah, I think it's the closest, isn't it?
Yeah, St. George is, I mean, just up the street. It's
quite
US standards.
Yeah. 6 hours.
90 miles away, just up the street. I think this is the first time this race has ever happened on this course.
But I do hear a lot of people saying, oh yeah, I raced here back in 2016 or 2018.
Yeah,
like
here, they had the world champs here, I think. But I think the course itself was different. So.
Okay.
Is it challenging for both of you, a course like this, or is it something you might both excel at?
Well, I said that it's very similar to Singapore. I have that feeling of the short little hills, flat section. So if
you guys can work together then, maybe?
If he waits for me in the swim.
No, but the thing is,
he didn't answer that.
Going back to Singapore.
You gonna wait for him?
Nah, maybe not, because he will drop me on the bike.
Then we'd sort out the fastest legs.
I just keep asking. I just keep saying, "Hey, are you sure you want to wait? Let's see."
But I do remember, like, when coming back to I don't know if we had a chat about this, but like when I was leading the race in Singapore, I think I had 2 minutes. I was constantly aware, like, don't look back, because probably you will see him coming literally around the corner, and there's nothing true of the 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I was constantly thinking, like, this guy is a different kind of. Like, this is the Terminator, you know, like he will come around the corner when I don't expect it, and I like just keep looking through it, like.
Yeah, but that was a great. I mean, I had a great race and you were ahead.
Yeah, but still, like,
great race.
I had to say, like, the difference between you coming over the finish line and me getting carried away in a wheelchair.
I'm glad you can joke about it. I didn't realize. I felt bad forever looking back at the footage, and I'm like jumping up and.
Yeah, I was not able to do that.
You were able to speak to me though, didn't you? Anyway, that was much my underdoing.
Yeah, she put a microphone under my nose and she said, "You want to say something?" And I was like, "I want to thank my team and I love my girlfriend." And then they pulled me into the ambulance like Rocky Balboa after 12 round fight, you know?
Sam, do you think this course is similar to Singapore on a serious note?
Yeah, I actually agree. I agree with that consensus. I think it's not as hot here. Nowhere's as hot as Singapore.
It's dry, yeah?
Yeah, it's very dry. I think this course, what I like about this course, as with Singapore, is I just think there's no hiding.
Yeah,
right?
there's more dynamic.
Yeah, like you're gonna get what you put into the course. I think here, just as with Singapore, same with Miami. I think you got what you put into that course.
Yeah,
and like, gosh, I think this has to be the hardest run course we've seen.
I haven't checked it. Have you checked it?
I checked it in a golf cart. It's hard in a golf cart, so.
Yeah.
Youri, you just called Sam the Terminator. Can we call Martin the Terminator at the moment after what he's achieved?
Yeah, but I know Martin quite good personally, and that guy has nowhere near Terminator, like ideas when you meet him and going out for a night with him. Like, I know Martin, and I think that is not a story for an interview, but like showing up at race day without laces in his shoe. Like,
can I say he hasn't bought his wetsuit, guys, this weekend?
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, but the thing is,
serious.
But you know what?
The trick is, sorry to interrupt you. The trick is, Vegas is 45 minutes away. We tell Martin, Friday night, there's a great party in Vegas. Hey, actually, I will book the limo for him Friday night. Martin, you want a limo Friday night to Vegas?
I chip in on the table.
Yeah, we'll buy you a table and a bottle at the nightclub Friday night, you know?
But the thing is, I know Martin personally, like, Martin is so different from the person that he is during racing, like super serious, like nailing everything. Like, I've seen Martin at training camps and like, but how is this possible? Like, I try to limit my time and being super efficient during the day, and he just doesn't wake up before 12.
Really?
Like, all due respect, like, Martin is really like, he's an amazing athlete, but he's not a normal guy, like, to like all the other athletes. Like, if you have 10 guys in a room, you could definitely pick out Martin for a different kind of guy.
Sam's going to be using this now, right? Doesn't get up till 12. He's had a drink this week. I'm going to use those weaknesses.
But like, for example, I meet Martin at the lobby and he says, "Hey, are you going Saturday to this strip club with me?" And I'm like, what?
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
On a serious note, is Martin beatable in the T100?
I think he is.
Yeah, of course. No
one is unbeatable. Even Christian Gustav Sam Long, Sam Laidlow, everyone is beatable.
Of course.
I think, and there are ways to do it, and I think I figured them out how to, but I just have to put it into a race. I think it's the same for you.
Yeah, of course.
Like you see, every athlete, you see little kind of weaknesses, and for some athletes it's very like aware of what they are, and some athletes.
I bet you can't find my weakness.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's nowhere to be seen.
I think it's T1. I think it's T1, but I'm not sure.
We've mentioned one athlete, we've mentioned Martin. Sam, I'll ask you this. Wildcards, a lot in the race, including Youri. How much do you think the new wildcards might affect this race? The fact that it's the penultimate one as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think like almost half the field is wildcards for this race, so...
I think it's difficult to call it.
Yeah.
Because for us, it doesn't matter if a wildcard wins.
In a way, it's actually like almost good if it...
Yeah,
like
I said it as well.
If I don't win, I'd prefer for a wild card to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it basically doesn't affect the standings, but...
As long as Martin doesn't win. That's kind of... Yeah, but it's true. Like, if one of us wins, it's probably better than Martin wins. If one of us wins, it stays interesting. If Martin wins, we know, like, okay, we go for nothing to Dubai.
Yeah, exactly, because then he's pretty much...
Yeah, he's cleared out. Yeah.
I think it's hard to predict what the... I mean, again, I don't really view you as a wild card. So,
thank you.
I don't think we'll see. I mean, again, I don't view you as I don't think we'll see like a wild card, a one-time wild card here winning this race. I don't think we'll see that happen.
But I do think that they could potentially change the race dynamics. Like, for example,
they have to change. They have to change.
Yeah, but like Henry Schumann is such a good swimmer. Mark de Bricker is such a good swimmer. They will change dynamics in the race.
Can I put in like here? I've got a box.
Yeah.
I'm putting in a feedback suggestion to the T100 while I'm on camera.
Okay, I hold the box.
Here, feedback suggestion put in, stop picking better swimmers for wild cards. Like, can we pick a weaker swimmer who's a good biker?
But you know what the problem is? Like, from all the swimmers, you're the weakest swimmer, but from all the weak swimmers, and the good swimmers, you're probably the strongest biker and runner.
Right.
So, if you have like a timeline, you're here, but then you will be there compared to the average.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you have a weaker swimmer, probably he's a weaker bike rider and runner as well.
They're just not good enough to be in the series.
With you're a different breed. Like, you're a weaker swimmer.
Oh,
I'm not saying a weak swimmer, but then you're a phenomenal bike rider and even a better runner. Like, I remember you passing me in Miami and I got a nose cold from that. Like, you just passed me and I was like, fuck, what is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, so they can bring weaker swimmers in, but probably you won't have anything on that.
Yeah. I have to improve my swim.
Yeah.
Suggestion box. Sam,
this one,
improve your swim.
This one, I really want to invite you to come to Girona to work with me and my swim coach.
Okay.
I really mean that.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to, but like, if you ever think about it, you are welcome.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Final question. We're in Vegas. Bets are on. Men, women's champion, both of you, go.
Women's champion. Okay, let's start with women because we just have to push the men's champion as far as possible.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Knibb.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's pretty easy. Yeah.
I do think Julie Draw, because she's super light. And this is a really good course for her. Yeah. And she won Taylor Knibb 2.5 minutes down in Ibiza with a minute penalty.
She's got a little more experience.
Yeah, and I was talking to her, like, she really comes here and sees this as like a little dessert of her amazing year.
Yeah.
So I won't be surprised if Julie takes the win.
Okay.
I won't be surprised.
I'm still betting on America.
Okay, if you say my name, then I say your name, by taking the win.
No, I'm going to bet on myself.
Okay. I honestly, I think it's going to be your day.
Oh.
I really think that. Like, it's home race, you had a good training period, it's warm. Yeah, I do think that with this course, it could be your day. I mean that. Seriously.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a new segment, I feel,
we'll see.
Previewing every round now. Youri and Sam time.
Podium.
Talking away.
Podium in no order. Me, you,
the triplets on top.
Yeah. That's what we'll go with.
Guys, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck for Saturday.
That was a good one.
Best man win.